Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories in our opening round of our 2017-2018 playoffs with our first seeded Blue Valley West Jaguars coached by Deborah Connerly versus our fourth seed Blue Valley North Mustangs coached by Terry Sneathan. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants first from West.
Hey, I'm Hamant. I'm a senior.
I'm Shrevitz. I'm a senior.
I'm Colby and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Vineet and I'm a junior.
And I'm True and I'm a senior.
And our contestants from North.
Hi, I'm Rohit and I'm a senior.
I'm Nathan and I'm a senior.
I'm Shweta and I'm a senior.
I'm Ben and I'm a senior.
I'm Clark and I'm a senior.
All right, fantastic. Here in the playoffs, it's played the same way as we do our regular season. Our first round is where teams will take turns answering questions from several categories. If a team answers correctly, they earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. So we did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by Blue Valley West. So Jaguars, here is the first category. It is sports. At which racetrack is the annual Kentucky Derby held? Time on that. Mustangs, chance to steal this sports category. At which racetrack is the annual Kentucky Derby held? Clark?
Churchill Downs.
Churchill Downs, very good. Staying with you, Mustangs. The category is language vocabulary. What do we call the liquid left over when milk has formed curds? Clark?
Whey.
It is whey. Back to you, West. Math is the category. Geometry. How many square yards are there in a rectangular floor that is 3 foot by 6 foot in dimensions? Shrevitz?
8.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Mustangs, chance to steal this math geometry question. How many square yards are there in a rectangular floor that is 3 foot by 6 foot in dimensions? Ben?
2 square yards.
It is 2 square yards. Staying with you, North, world geography is the category. The lowest temperature ever recorded on this continent was negative 89.2 degrees Celsius. Name this continent. Rohit?
Antarctica.
It is Antarctica. Coming back to you, West, geography again is the category. The White Cliffs of Dover are composed of what substance? Colby?
Limestone.
Limestone, very good. Back to you, North. Current events. Name the 17-year-old who won the women's snowboard halfpipe competition, becoming the youngest woman ever to win gold for an Olympic snowboarding event. Clark.
Chloe Kim.
Chloe Kim. Back to you, Jaguars. U.S. history is the category. His name is inscribed on the plaque left by the Apollo 11 astronauts on the moon. Name that president. Come on.
Kennedy.
It's not Kennedy. North, chance to steal this U.S. history question. His name is inscribed on the plaque left by the Apollo 11 astronauts on the moon. Name that president. Rohit?
Lyndon Johnson.
It's not Johnson, it's Nixon. Nixon. We are staying with you, North. Mathematics is the category. If you start with 1 cent and double your money every day for 30 days, on which day will you have accumulated exactly half of that total amount? Clark?
29th day.
29th day, nice job. Back to you, West, general knowledge. What time is it in Denver if it's noon in El Paso? Come on.
11.
Sorry, cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What time is it in Denver if it's noon in El Paso? Rohit?
Noon.
It is also noon. Very good. Mustangs, literature is the next category. This handsome, charming author of The Great Gatsby seemed to have drawn upon his own experiences and lifestyles. Name the author. Shweta?
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
It is F. Scott Fitzgerald. Coming back to you, Jaguars, current events, multiple choice. The FDA approved the first ever blood test that can detect what condition faster than using a CT scan. Is it tumors, aneurysms, Alzheimer's, or concussions? Hamad?
Concussions.
It is concussions. Nice job. Back to you, Mustangs. Science, invertebrates is the category. What is the largest invertebrate animal in the world? Nathan?
Jellyfish.
It is not jellyfish. Jaguars, chance to steal this science category. What is the largest invertebrate animal in the world? Colby.
The giant squid.
It is the giant squid. Staying with you, Jaguars. Government and economics is the category. Give the term that describes this situation. A bill that the president neglects or refuses to sign is automatically vetoed after 10 days only if Congress is not in session on that 10th day. True.
Pocket veto.
Pocket veto. Nice job. Mustangs, coming back to you, sports and games is the category. What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer is allowed in their bag for a round of golf? Time on that. Jaguars, chance to steal this sports and games category. What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer is allowed in their bag for a round of golf? Come on.
13.
It's 14. 14. We are staying with you, West. The next category is music, specifically instruments. What voice range does the standard clarinet mimic? Colby?
Soprano.
I'm sorry, it's not soprano. Mustangs, chance to steal this music instruments category. What voice range does the standard clarinet mimic? Shweta?
Alto.
It is alto. Mustangs, we are staying with you. U.S. history is the category. What New England state was the first to abolish slavery and adopt universal male suffrage? Nathan?
Massachusetts.
It is not Massachusetts. Jaguars, chance to steal this U.S. history category. What New England state was the first to abolish slavery and adopt universal male suffrage? True.
Pennsylvania.
It's not Pennsylvania. Vermont. Vermont. We are staying with you, West. Vocabulary is the category. This flower's name comes from two Greek words meaning golden flower. Hamad.
Dandelion.
It is not dandelion. North, you have a chance to steal this vocabulary question. This flower's name comes from two Greek words meaning golden flower. Clark.
Chrysanthemum.
It is chrysanthemum. Mustangs, we are staying with you. Fine arts paintings is the next category. In the Botticelli painting depicting her birth, what is the only thing covering Venus? Nathan?
Seashells.
Cannot accept seashells. West, you have a chance to steal this fine arts painting category. In the Botticelli painting depicting her birth, what is the only thing covering Venus? Colby.
Seafoam.
It's not seafoam. Her hair. Her hair. West, we are staying with you. Literature is the next category. E.B. White revised and expanded Professor William Strunk Jr.'s textbook on English usage. Name this book. Hamad?
Black Laws Dictionary.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this literature category. E.B. White revised and expanded Professor William Strunk Jr.'s textbook on English usage. Name this book. Shweta?
The Blue Book.
It's not the Blue Book. Elements of style. Elements of style. Mustangs, we are staying with you. General knowledge is the category. In Omaha, who founded Boys Town in 1922? time on that. West, chance to steal this general knowledge question. In Omaha, who founded Boys Town in 1922? Father Flanagan, Father Edward Flanagan. West, we are staying with you. Science chemistry is the next category. Decomposed biological waste produces a gas which is a functional energy source. Chemists know it as CH4. What is it? Shrevitz?
Methane.
Methane, nice job. Coming back to you, Mustangs, government and economics. Which agency gathers and analyzes national security information from international sources? Nathan?
The National Security Agency.
I cannot accept that. Jaguars, chance to steal this government and economics category. Which agency gathers and analyzes national security information from international sources? Shrevitz?
CIA.
It's the CIA. Staying with you, West, another science question. What are the two building blocks of lipids? Shrevitz?
The phosphate heads and the fatty acid chains.
I cannot accept that. Sorry. Mustangs, chance to steal this science category. What are the two building blocks of lipids? Fatty acids is one of them. Glycerol. Glycerol is the other. Mustangs, we are staying with you. Literature is the next category. It's a fairly long question. This novel is probably the most popular of the Leatherstocking Tales. It's a classic story of the French and Indian War. The battles and exciting pursuits which constitute the plot of this novel are rounded out by fascinating Indian lore and descriptive style by the author James Fenimore Cooper. Name the novel. Time on that. West, chance to steal this literature category. This novel is probably the most popular of the Leatherstocking Tales. It's a classic story of the French and Indian War. The battles and exciting pursuits which constitute the plot of this novel are rounded out by fascinating Indian lore and the descriptive style of the author, James Fenimore Cooper. Name this novel. Hamad?
The Last of the Mohicans.
It is The Last of the Mohicans. That siren does denote the end of our first half, with Blue Valley North with a score of 10 to Blue Valley West 7. At this part of our program, we are going to award our regular season trophies. So as you can see on the graphic on the screen, our first place finisher this regular season was Blue Valley West with a 4-0 record. And Blue Valley North finished in fourth place with a 2-2 record with 54% of the questions answered correctly. West with a similar record, but with 55% of the answers correct. So at this time, I would like to award this trophy to Blue Valley North. Congratulations on that, guys. You can display that proudly in right next to your state football championship trophy in the office.
Yeah.
And then also I have medals for each one of your participants. And let me go ahead and get that. So Clark, here you go. And Ben.
Thank you.
And Shweta, here you go. And Nathan. And Robert.
Thank
All
you.
right. And I think you guys also had some other participants this year, so we have extra ones to let them have theirs as well. Right. And our regular season champions, Blue Valley West, let me present to you this trophy for first place in our regular season. And then also have medals for each one of your participants this year. So Colby, here you go.
Thank you.
Denise.
Thank
True. Thank you. Hamats.
Thank you.
Shrevitz. And I also have additional medals for those who are participated this year but aren't with you guys today. So you can go ahead and give that to them. So congratulations to both teams for outstanding performances during the regular season. By virtue of this game, the winner will advance to our playoff championship game versus the winner of our second semifinal game of Shawnee Mission East versus Shawnee Mission West. As we head into our second round, the lightning round here on categories, just like the regular season, we will start our second round with our look and listen question. Our look and listen question is worth 2 points. It will be displayed on a monitor here in the studio as well as on the screen for those of you viewing at home. Just as a reminder to our contestants, when someone rings in, we are not able to rewind. We have to go from that spot for consecutive or further answers. So here we go. Both teams, hands on buzzers. Here is the look and listen question. Name the constitutional amendment that led to this economic development.
Is happy news for the grain raisers of the United States and for many others throughout the land. With an eye on December 5th, from keg and barrel.
Time on that, it was the 21st Amendment, which led to the repeal of the 18th Amendment. That was some of our finest HD video for you on that. All right, since we did not award any points on that one, we're ready to go into our regular lightning round where questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. Once again, if the team answers correctly, they earn a point. If they answer incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal the category. Both teams, hands on buzzers. U.S. geography is the category. The deepest lake in the United States is located in Oregon. Name it. Clark.
Crater Lake.
It is Crater Lake. Language is the next category. The Soviets in 1986 launched a new space station into orbit, which was named Mir. Mir is the Russian word meaning what? Colby.
Space.
It's not space. North, chance to steal this language Russian question. The Soviets in 1986 launched a new space station into orbit, which was named Mir. Mir is a Russian word meaning what? Clark?
House.
Not house. Peace. Means peace. Both teams, musicals is the category. This Tony Award-winning, long-running show, I need you to name this 1983 musical that was based on a poem by T.S. Eliot. Shweta?
The Wasteland.
It's not The Wasteland. West, you have a chance to steal this musicals category. It's a Tony Award-winning, long-running musical. I need you to name this 1983 musical that was based on a poem by T.S. Eliot. Shrivitz?
Into the Woods.
That's incorrect. Cats. It's just cats. World history for both teams. During the feudal period, what was the estate of a lord called? Colby?
Castle.
Not a castle. North, you have a chance to steal this world history question. During the feudal period, what was the estate of a lord called? Nathan?
Manor.
It is a manor. General knowledge for both teams. Lifting exercises using the legs strengthen what large muscle in the front of the thigh? Vinit.
The quadricep.
Very good. History for both teams. During Eisenhower's administration, what nation was divided at the 17th parallel? Vinit.
China.
Sorry, that is incorrect. Mustangs. Chance to steal this history question. During Eisenhower's administration, what nation was divided at the 17th parallel? Rohit.
Vietnam.
It is Vietnam. Both teams, movies is the category. Identify these two famous men, both the producer and the director of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Shrivitz.
Lucas and Spielberg.
Lucas and Spielberg, very good. Science, atmosphere is the next category. In what layer of the Earth's atmosphere do aurorae occur? Colby?
The stratosphere.
It's not the stratosphere. North, chance to steal this science atmosphere question. In what layer of the Earth's atmosphere do aurorae occur? Clark?
Mesosphere.
It's not the mesosphere. Ionosphere. Ionosphere. Shakespeare is the next category. In The Merchant of Venice, who is the daughter of Shylock, who elopes with Lorenzo? Jessica. Jessica did that. U.S. geography for both teams. Rhode Island is the smallest of the New England states. Which is the largest of the New England states? Nearly as large as all the other 5 states combined. Colby?
Maine.
It is Maine. Another science question, anatomy. What is the name of the places found at various points on the body where arteries can be held against a bone? Shrevitz?
Pressure points.
Pressure points, very good. Narrowed the gap a little bit here. Blue Valley North 13, Blue Valley West 11. Geography for both teams. What do the horse latitudes, subpolar regions, and doldrums have in common? Colby?
The regions of the ocean.
Cannot accept that. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this geography question. What do the horse latitudes, subpolar regions, and doldrums have in common? Clark?
They include the equator.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that either. They are parts of the ocean, but they usually have little or no wind. Little or no wind. U.S. history for both teams. Jamestown, the first established English settlement in North America, was abandoned for health reasons. Where did the colonists resettle? Colby?
Williamsburg.
Williamsburg is correct. World history this time. What was the first nation established with the help of the United Nations? Hint, it's in North Africa. Swetha.
Algeria.
It is not Algeria. West, you have a chance to steal this world history question. What was the first nation established with the help of the United Nations? Hint, it's in North Africa. Benit?
Egypt.
It's not Egypt. Libya. Libya. Music, specifically hymns, is the next category. Johann Sebastian Bach wrote the music for the popular Christian hymn, "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God." Who wrote the words? Nathan.
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther, very good. General knowledge for both teams. Give me, in Latin, the exact phrase which appears on the ribbon in the eagle's mouth on the Great Seal of the United States. Shweta.
E pluribus unum.
Very good.
Oh.
That's pretty good. All right, both teams, hands on buzzers. Government is the next category. Who is the only Supreme Court justice or current Supreme Court justice born in the second half of the 20th century? Shrevitz.
Gorsuch.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this government question. Who's the only Supreme Court justice born? Clark?
Sotomayor.
That also is incorrect. John Roberts. John Roberts. Yes, you can. And your answer was again? Gorsuch. All right, we'll check on that. All right, both teams, hands on buzzers. We're ready to move on to our next question, which is vocabulary. If I gave you a Passacaglia for your birthday, would you eat it, wear it, say it, or play it? Nathan.
Play it.
You would play it. It's a musical composition. Literature for both teams. What was Dante Alighieri's greatest work? Shrevitz.
Inferno.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this literature question. What was Dante Alighieri's greatest work? The Divine Comedy. The Divine Comedy. Science, astronomy for both teams. What planet's orbit gave proof of the superiority of Einstein's theory of gravity over Newton's? Colby.
Neptune.
It is not Neptune. Mustangs, chance to steal the science astronomy question. What planet's orbit gave proof of the superiority of Einstein's theory of gravity over Newton's? Nathan.
Mercury.
It is Mercury. Math for both teams. How many zeros are in 1 quadrillion? Rohit?
14.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Jagraj, chance to steal this math category. How many zeros are in 1 quadrillion? Shrevitz.
15.
15. Current events for both teams. Recently, in which country was Jacob Zuma, the longtime president, forced to resign and replaced with Cyril Ramaphosa? Colby.
South Africa.
It is South Africa. World geography. It was not known to be an island until 1892, when Robert Peary established that it had a northern coast. What is this far northern island, as large as Texas and Alaska put together? Travis?
Greenland.
It is Greenland. Once again, you've narrowed the gap a little bit, 17 to 15. World history for both teams. Indonesia was once a colony of Colby.
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. I didn't even get a chance to do the multiple choice. General knowledge for both teams. The front cutting teeth are called what? Rohit?
The baby teeth.
I cannot accept that. Wes, you have a chance to steal. Shrivitz?
Incisors.
Yes, incisors or incisors. Either one will be acceptable. We have a tie score at 17 apiece. Science is the category. What is the unit of light that measures 100 millionth of a centimeter? Rohit?
Picometer.
I cannot accept that. Jaguars, chance to steal this science category. What is the unit of light that measures 100 millionth of a centimeter and is used to measure atomic distances? Come on.
Parsec.
It's not a parsec. It's an angstrom. An angstrom. Math for both teams. Find the derivative. We're going to finish this question. It's a math question. Find the derivative of the trigonomic function secant of x. Vineet?
10x secant x.
I cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this math category. Find the derivative of the trigonomic function secant of x. Clark?
Secant of x times tangent of x.
That is correct. All right, and your answer was?
X secant x.
He said 10x secant x.
Okay, 10x secant x.
It's the same.
All right, hold on, we'll double check it out. Yep. All right, yep. All right. Okay, welcome back after a little intermission there after our judges and we had a conference with coaches to go over a few of the challenges. Earlier in the game, Blue Valley West challenged an answer on the Supreme Court justices. They did actually give a correct answer, and so that challenge is awarded them a point. And we also had a challenge with our last question that was read with an answer. There were two possible answers, secant x times tangent x, or you could use commutative property, tan x, secant x. And we went back and conferred with the coaches and reviewed videotape and audio, and we are deemed that as also a correct answer. So our final score is Blue Valley West 19, Blue Valley North 17, and congratulations to West as they will move on to our championship game against the winner of Shawnee Mission East at Shawnee Mission West. In Blue Valley North, you will be playing in our third place or consolation game versus the loser of our second semifinal match. Please join us at those occasions as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.